Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, once again, like it or not, showtime. I'm back. Let's get to playing. I have moved my house. I'm now in the second zone. I was down here. I'm now up here. Not really a zone, it's just the area of the map. And that's where I need to go. I intentionally parked my carcass relatively close. Make sure our inventory is only carrying the absolute necessaries. Iron node. And the negative is iron takes water to smelt. Copper doesn't. Iron does. This is not to our advantage. Well, we've got a lot of ammo. Alright, so where we are headed is there. And I parked myself, not intending to, park myself exactly where my house was made in the beta. Second house. Let's see. Give me my vehicle, please. I feel parched. Well, how about I drink a little water from my catch pockets. Any more over here? No. But we have a couple things that I would like to harvest. That's not. Don't want the granite. Nor the metal junk. Oh, that's the thing I want. I knew there was something I wanted. Now we are in the area where one must be careful. Oops. Because Shailu will eat you. Grab a little more desert dew. I would like some more iron. Good evening to whomever has joined me. Back for more, am I? Did get a bit of a nap, not a great one. But then even a little nap's better than no nap at all, I suppose. Here we are, the anvil. Put away our bike. Magic.
No, not lost, sir. She's dead.
Oh, tragic. Truly tragic. But they say the desert kills the weak.
My God, man, she was one of yours. Cousin, even.
I am indeed mourning, sir. Rumors of disloyalty buzzed around her like blowflies, but Now, who's to say? Certainly not her.
My one pleasure in this hell is knowing that you're trapped here with me.
A momentary setback, I assure you.
Even your Harkonnen masters find you insufferable, Maxim. You're down here forever.
Tell me, dear Anton, what's it like being the handkerchief your superiors use to wipe the gore off Shining Atreides' honor?
Let's settle this.
Gladly.
By the laws of Canley.
Tig Rolsum.
By the laws of Canley.
By the laws of Canley.
A lot of sexual tension there. Just saying. We need to talk to him.
Do you aspire to contribute to something bigger than yourself? Care to join the right side of this war?
And who are you?
I am Anton Tolliver. I serve proudly as a soldier for House Atreides. However, my superiors deem me useful for more subtle operations.
Says here you're looking for recruits.
That we are. If you're interested, I'm just the man to talk to.
What if I wanted to join your house?
My house seeks assets in this wretched war of assassins. I prefer open conflict, but my Duke needs me here.
All right, well, thank you. All right, we got some Solaris and XP. Standing. Now come over and talk to the Harkonnen.
Well, you look more capable than the average scum.
I am above average scum.
This war of assassins has a way of making people into victims or victors. Which are you?
What if my name
I
is
wonder.
Victor? And you are?
Pardon me. Living in the heat and lingering Fremen stink erodes civility. I am Levenbrecht Maxim Kazmir, intelligence officer of Great House Harkonnen.
It says you're looking for recruits.
It seems you can both read and follow directions. We should get along famously.
What if I wanted to join your house?
Brazen and eager. I can work with that. I'd say it's about building trust, but this is a game of intrigue, so we'll deal in usefulness instead.
All right, the same deal.
Nice to see you again.
Thought I had something to drop off with him. Didn't I have something to drop off with him? Let's see. The anvil. Collect the package from Mir. Hand the package over. To the anvil trade post. It doesn't say to whom precisely. Perhaps it's just over here at the contract. Indeed. I didn't open it. XP, Solaris, and a chain that'll give me a unique weapon at the end. Stealing from thieves. And let's see. Enter Imperial Testing Station number 10. Find a missing sister. And clear out the first and second observation posts. Okay, we've got quests. We have quests. Another level for me. How nice, I'm level 18. Do you have what it takes? Is that a question? Please. Alright, we've got those. Good. Intel. Kitab. Still suit. That is presumably significantly better than what we're currently using. We'll definitely want those two things, but that's 10 intel. And we'll probably want one of the suits of armor, probably the scout. So that's like 15. What's that require? Iron and plasteel. So we're going to need a fair amount of plasteel, that's for sure. The weapons and stuff, I think, require... Ooh, particle capacitor. We definitely want the Holtzman shield. Housing stuff can probably wait. Don't need the Cutaway Mark 1. We've got a better one. We have a couple of power packs. That, I think, requires a quest thing. Yeah, the second trial of Akal. The suspensor belt. We've got a better one. The resource scanner. We'll eventually be needing that. Okay. Second trial of Akal. Join a house. So we were going to join the Harkeys.
Nice to see you again.
Tell me more about your house.
Moment when you're about, eh? We Harkonnen believe in power and hierarchy. The strong prevail and free the weak from agency, delivering them to glorious submission. Which are you?
I survived Arrakis and made a trail of corpses to get here. What do you think?
Arrogance. I like that. It is the precursor to success. Or spectacular ruin.
Why not both?
You should fit in just fine. Regardless, you seem shrewder than my Atreides counterpart over there. Look at that poor lumpling, waiting for a pat on the head from his masters. I'd call him a typical Atreides hypocrite. But dear Anton lacks the depth for hypocrisy. He truly believes the fairy tales his house spoon feeds him.
And tell me about you, Levenbrach Maxim Kazmir.
As I said, I am Levenbrach Maxim Kazmir, an intelligence officer of the Great House Harkonnen. And I'll tell you a secret. I do not belong here.
How do you mean?
Success breeds envy. My wild success breeds wildly envious peers. Their petty schemes have temporarily lowered me into this grubby purgatory. This is temporary. It's good for me. While they grow lazy above, I hone my craft below, collecting diamonds in the rough among this criminal scum.
I'm criminal
They
scum?
say it was my excesses that brought me low. Lies. My hungers make me great. An army marches on its stomach. Great men march on their vices.
An interesting attitude. Opportunity only exists when we force it through skill and will.
Well said. Fate is something one must strangle into submission.
Kinky, but okay.
Have I sated your curiosity in me?
What do you do, Maxim, when you're not scheming?
That's the trick. I'm never not scheming. But you refer to leisure. I enjoy the occasional Communanet broadcast, particularly the Man Trap.
The man trap?
A glorious combination of survival and spectacle. This year's competition is fierce. My wagers are already placed. I may have some inside knowledge. But enough about me. Let us talk of opportunities and success. Success is by far my favorite drug, sweeter than even Zamuta.
Well, all I have is goodbye as an option. Stealing from thieves. Yeah, okay.
Nice to see you again.
Nope, nothing else. Talk with the vendor.
Another innocent traveler, like every other scoundrel here. Got my eye on you, stranger. Don't test me.
I'm here to trade. Uh-huh. Scipio's blood bag. That sounds tasty. Sandbike bits and pieces. Sappho juice. Well, I am a mentat. Blood extractor Mark II. I can get the recipe. Medium blood sac. I can get the recipe. Do Reaper. Recipe. Scanner. Recipe. I need to finish talking.
I'm pleased to see you again.
With him. Can you tell me about your house?
Duke Leto is the paragon example of all we stand for. Strength with wisdom, justice with generosity, steel with compassion. Everything Arrakis needs.
You are quite the butt kisser.
Ours is a noble house, not only in blood, but in loyalty and honor. We've defended these values all the way back to ancient Greece on Old Terra.
Honor and loyalty, I can respect that.
Then perhaps you are just the sort we're looking for. We endure as the antithesis of everything House Harkonnen stands for.
Yes, but I'm a bald
The
guy.
Harkonnens have no honor, no values, no redeeming qualities. Their recruiter over there is a vile runoff of every one of their anti-virtues.
Anti-virtues.
These Samuda-addicted freaks will lie to you, exploit you, and throw your used husk aside when they're done. You have my word.
You make it sound pretty good, actually. Tell me about yourself.
I am of House Atreides. There is no call I do not answer. There is no faith that I betray. My roots stretch back to the ancient mythologies of Earth.
The tangible present concerns me more than the shadows of the past.
Aye, ancient stories go down sweeter than the bitter present. Look over at my counterpart, Maxim, that vulgar, avaricious addict. Squatting like a scheming toad. I aspire to be everything that he is not.
You make it sound bad.
Any other questions?
No.
Then I have work to do.
Okay, I think I have to complete a quest and then give what I get, find at the quest spot, to one of them, and that gives me, makes me join one of the houses. Dr. Recruiter at the anvil. Tried.
Nice to see you again.
No, nothing.
Never.
But presumably that will get fixed once we finish off the quest. Let's see what we've got in the way of journey quests. Let's see. Second knuckle, join a house. A wider world, travel to the trade post, talk to the ornithopter pilot. We've not found the ornithopter pilot yet. May not be available until you choose a faction. Banking Solaris. Collect Solaris and put them in your backpack. Travel to one of the villages. Harko Village or Arkeen. Really, I don't think they should have had Harko Village. I think they should have gone with Karthak because that was the Harkonnen capital. Taxation. That's a lot of freaking Solaris. Praying for life in Vermilius. I am liking it. This is about as far as I got in the beta. Research the Cutter Ray Mark I and refine iron ore. I did that part. Oh, and a Holtzman shield. Okay. I'll head back to my house to take care of those bits and pieces. Yep. So I enjoy it. But as I said, this is about as far as I got in the beta. You know, who knows what kind of legs the game will have for me. I built my second home in a convenient location relatively close to the base there. Grab those fuel cells. Looks like a dust buster on your hip. Yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, the lower right is essentially right now is my tool belt of various tools and stuff. Ah, but if it's a dustbuster, it's a high-tech one. Extremely high-tech. Not the regular kind of dustbuster. This one really sucks. Wait, maybe I don't want to put it that way. For instance, this it will store a vehicle. It's gaming magic, you know. There's nothing like that in the stories, but I feel parched. Hold on. Let me just give myself a little hydration. This is my house. There are many like it, but this one is mine. It's pretty simple at this point. Honey, I'm home. We'll quick deposit the stuff. All right, what was it we needed? Research the Cutter Ray Mark I and refine some iron ore. Research Cutter Ray Mark I. There. Cutter Ray Mark I. You have no idea about the story. Basically, the pretense behind it is because if you're familiar with the book or the movies, Paul Atreides can see various futures sort of laid out in front of him. Not all of them and not all accurately, but one of the ones had him never being born, had his mother having a female child as she had been ordered to, and in this future, the attempt to destroy the Atreides failed, and now the Atreides and Harkonnen are both here involved in a war of assassins overseen by the Sardaukar, trying to keep the everything from exploding while they still pull out the spice. I need the Cutter Ray Mark I. Okay. So it's a variation on the story from the books and the movie. What else did I need? Next thing was refine iron ore. Oh, I have refined some. Let's refine some more. Did I not put a bunch into the oven before I left? I thought I did. I did. Iron ingots and copper ingots. The game itself is a sandbox. Haha, Dune, Arrakis, sandbox. But in the more standard sense, it's a sandbox game. Let me put away the fuel cells. Deposit those. So it's crafting, survival. Survival is a very big part of it here. Water in particular, just as it is in the books and the movies. A lot of people like to say that it's a reskin of Conan Exiles. That's not really true. Obviously, it's built upon a lot of the sort of same game functions, but it's a lot deeper and a lot very different skill systems. Where were we looking? We were looking for here, refined iron ore. I need to make a Holtzman shield. What were the parts for that? Well, we need to research it first. The Holtzman shield. I need one more particle capacitor to be able to make the Holtzman shield. Fabricate a Mark II, equip, and activate. Yep, I need... What was it? I want to make sure I'm looking for the right thing. A Holtzman shield, I need one more particle generator. Really? I only have 9? I only have 9. All right. Well, there are some unfriendlies on the other side of this big rock, if memory serves. I'm critically injured. Not good. I'm still critically injured. Where'd the other one go? Well, we'll take the stuff they've got on them. We will drain their blood. That's not something you get in every game. Oh, he's back. God damn it. Got him. There we go. I will gladly drain him of blood. Let's try to heal ourselves mostly all the way up. I don't think they had the bit I needed, though. Yeah, shielded NPCs, I know. Thank you. They did not have the bit I needed. Blade parts and gun parts, though. That didn't hurt. Alright, so I need to find some more dudes. That I can scavenge parts from. And blood. Okay, blood too. I'll go ahead and that's the main base. Where else do we have that we can go do a little hunting? There should be a smuggler's bolt hole there. That it there?
I see someone.
Oh, over here.
Sector weather alerts. A large sandstorm is approaching.
Ooh, that kind of smarted.
Fire in the hole.
Hope that's all of them. I didn't have the thing I needed. Let's go ahead and drain their blood. It's a little ghoulish, granted. Is this considered cover? No, this is considered enclosed. Okay. There's a storm coming, and I need cover, and this is considered cover.
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
They blow through pretty quickly. Whoop. It says I'm unsheltered. Why does it say that? It didn't say that a minute ago. I'm in deep trouble. I'm sheltered. Okay. The sheltered area here is really small. Let's get ourselves fully healed. Not sure if we've got the mats for making any more healing pots. We do not. We need more plant fiber. It's just about blown through. There we go. I see the news today about the next Path of Exile season. I know that there was an announcement. I had it on stream, muted while I took a nap because I was up so early. So I don't know the actual contents of the new league. I know. It's sinful. So basically, I'm aware it is happening. They gave us the info, but I was napping because I was up so early to play this. I feel shame. Hello, and good evening, and all that good stuff. Was that the thing I was looking for? That was the Kirab camp. There's the smuggler's bolt hole. So that should be directly ahead of me somewhere. Up there, I think. I think that's a watertight little fabric piece. It is. Something is fucking lighting me up. Killed one. Where's the other one? I don't think it got me the thing I needed. May have gotten both of them. Looks like it did. Okay, now we'll drain their blood. Because we're vampires. Not technically vampires. We don't drink their blood. We purify it and then drink that. Guys dropping mines inside their houses. Who does that? I mean, if I put a mine up in my house, sooner or later I'm forgetting about it in the middle of the night. That's just the way it is. I could use some water. I do feel parched. Conveniently enough, some dew plants. That's my house there. I mean, I could have mounted up, but nothing wrong with a little exercise in the evening. Oh, I did get a raid. My raid notifications are still not working. Jimmy the Rabbit, thank you very, very much for the raid. Good evening, all. I don't know why. The rest of my alarms and alerts and everything work just fine. That one doesn't. Hi, guys. I'm Len. As you can see, clearly, playing Dune Awakening. Hey, Liquid. I'm not old. I'm 37. No, I'm old. Let's see. We need to start purifying the blood. That's not dark at all. There we go. 6 liters of blood. Been wanting to see it? Well, here's your chance. I played 5 hours, a little over 5 hours earlier. So I'm probably 6 or 7 hours into the game. You start in this area. And sort of you learn the basics in sort of this large tutorial area, and it is large. And then you have to come up here into the larger Haga Basin area and build your second home. And this is my second home. Old Man Plays will be the name of my biography. Well, he certainly plays a lot. We've got a generator. We have a blood purifier. We have a water cistern. Upstairs is most of our heavy-duty crafting. We've got a refinery, fabricator, and a small chemical refinery, as well as a currently unpowered recycler. I only power the recycler when I need it. Because right now I don't have enough power to have everything powered on at the same time. Oh, wrong button. Right button. There we go. What was I looking at? I don't think I got the things I needed for the Holtzman shield yet. I think I need one more item to make it. We got some, but I don't think we got the ones we needed. The Holtzman shield. No, we still need to find one more particle capacitor. Seems like a decent housing system. Yeah, well, I mean, all mine is a box. There are a lot more options than that. Let's see. One thing I don't like is the UI is bad. It's a console UI and it sucks. You like it? It's terrible for... It is not designed for mouse and PC. Sorry, mouse and keyboard. Mouse and PC. It is designed for controller. As you can see here, we've got 2 menus. This one, which is available pretty much all the time when you're doing your building stuff, uses Q and E. This one uses Z and C. So it's above on the display, but it's 2 rows down on the keyboard. That's what I'm talking about, how the UI is terrible for a PC game. because it's a compromise. It's going to be console and PC. It's not on console yet, but it will be coming to console. And in here, we've got all kinds of things. Lighting, furniture, decorations, wall decorations, ornamental stuff, miscellaneous. Caladan Bonsai Solido. Got more walls and stuff. This is the Chom Shelter, which is, I think, the default. So all these different styles for parts so you can make more intricate stuff. Different kinds of wedge walls, different kind of roofs, inclines, specials, all that stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of different aesthetic choices. I'm just using the one you start with because it's what I had when I built my first house. And then I took a copy of the blueprint. Basically, if you're in a house, you copy it. I came here, I dropped the copy of the blueprint, and basically I just filled in all the parts. I didn't have to select them. Just took a minute to rebuild the same house that I had previously. Let's see. I might be able to buy one more of those, the part I need from the NPC. What was it again? Oh, let's deposit the other goodies. We got blade parts, fuel cell, gun parts. And our first flower sand. We're going to need a lot of flower sand eventually. Let's drop the flower sand, blade parts, and gun parts there. And we'll deposit the fuel cell into the appropriate location. There we go. Storage is full. Really? Did I know that could happen? No? All right, what was it again I needed? I need one more of... one more particle capacitor. It's a particle capacitor. We'll grab a little dew. No, I don't have to. That's the sound of Shai Hulud, the sandworm, for those of you who are not familiar with the books or movie. There he is, Shai Hulud. It's possible he just ate a player. This is an iron node. That I'm harvesting. All right, and over there is the base. Let's summon our vehicle. Hop on our... You know, they call it a sand bike. It's a sand trike. Come on. It's a tricycle. Not a bicycle. That's a tricycle. So I built my base the exact same place I built it in the beta. I didn't intend to. I wanted to build close to the base, and the neutral base, not my home. My house. And it was close, and I built it and was poking around trying to find the place where I could fit the blueprint, and it ended up being the exact same place. The capacitor. Eek. Store my trike. And we'll talk to the vendor. Oh, that's good. I ran around the entire place twice.
Still alive?
I'm here to
Not too bad.
trade.
We
Have
had
you
a
got
bet going.
have you got a capacitor that you could sell me for a reasonable price? Just need the one. EMF generator particle capacitor. Yay! I'll take one. Thank you. One particle capacitor, please. I do have one in inventory now. Like one of those spider thingies, a trike that has the two wheels in back. I'm not familiar with. I take it back. No, the two wheels in front. I'm not sure if that was a spider or not, but there was a commercial motorcycle that had two wheels in front. Dad has the Harley trike. Those things are like RVs in motorcycle form. Well, this one can carry a lot of stuff. My old house, I tore the entire thing apart, and my backpack and the inventory space on the trike were enough for me to carry the entire thing to build the new house and all the equipment. All right. So I could, and now have, purchased the missing part. So we'll quickly ride back to our home. And we're home. We'll put our bike away. Like that. Our water level is fine. So now we'll be able to make the Holtzman shield, which will help in combat. Fabricator. Holtzman shield. Can-Am spider. It sat down beside her. And it did something with Miss Muffet. Nobody really knows. She's not willing to talk about it, and I don't want to press the issue. And this... Where did it go? Did it automatically get equipped? It automatically got equipped. Okay. We activated, I think it's a T? No, H. H for the shield. H for the shield. And here we'll see me putting on the shield for the first time. There we go. We know it drives worms crazy, so you don't leave it on. You only turn it on when you're in an enclosed area where no worm is going to come eat you. My health is a little low. I wanted to fix that. There we go. I'm feeling much better. I think I'll go for a walk. Research the handheld resource scanner. That's not it. Should be here. Static compactor. Storage container. Repair station. No. It's not here. That's the heal kit. I'll need that. I'll probably need to make some better armor at some point, too. Shouldn't be there. That's the vehicle stuff. There it is. Handheld resource scanner. I need more iron ingots. I need to make 5 more iron ingots. Does it stop glowing? I turned it off. It's on. It's off. 2 more ingots. No, it's 5 more iron ingots. He's also going to use some water. I'll make 10. We need the resource scanner to find flower sand, which is a particular crafting component that you can get out of certain areas is sand. It is used, I believe, to make silicon blocks, which are used in a lot of the crafting of items. We have 3. We need 2 more. And then I think we can make the scanner. Copper ingots. I'll go ahead and craft some of those too when it's done with the iron. Alright, that should be all we need to make the scanner. What is the goal of the game? You assume there's a story. There is a story, but it is mostly a survival crafting game. It has a very large, for those who are interested in it, PvP component in the end game. In the deep desert, you don't have to do it in groups, but there will be big battles between guilds. Vehicle combat is a very big part of the end game. So that's things like tanks, speeders, and ornithopters. And what will happen is there'll be a big spice blow out in the middle of the desert, and everyone will go running for the spice, and they'll fight over the spice, because that is an incredibly valuable resource. I'm going to be making that. No, not there. Got the leader, John. Did I not unlock it? Want to fly an ornithopter? I doubt it's as cool as it sounds. But I could be wrong. I did not unlock it. There we go. Alright. Handheld resource scanner. Handheld resource scanner. Reveals map information. Also on the map, you can see these red circular areas. Those are areas of special sand. It might be flower sand. It might be drum sand. Drum sand is if you cross over that, it makes a lot of noise and is more likely to summon the worm. To eat you, my precious. Another one of my inventory spaces. My precious inventory spaces taken up by this stuff. Right, yeah, locate. This is as far as I got in the beta. I have 2 flower sand. I need 18 more to refine into silicone blocks. All right. Let's see. Oh, well, so we'll drop off the iron ingot in there as well. If we have space, we do. Okay. What's the state of my leader, John? Let's fill up the leader, John. We should have more water available. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Okay. Our Hajra leader, John, is completely full. While I'm at it, I'll have a drink. All right, Sandflower using the scanner. What do we have? We don't need the leader, John, actually, in our hotbar. So that's in the 7 slot. That's the current access level, I believe. Where like 1 is just yourself, 2 is yourself and friends, 3 is yourself and guildies, 4 is I think anyone, and 5 is anyone has access to everything. I think. But that is a guess. I haven't tested it out. I had noticed it before. I asked myself the question and didn't know, but I think that's it. I think that is the answer. All right, where do we have some special sand? Right in that direction. That's the sound of Shai Halud himself. Not enough power. Ooh, do I not have enough power? That's not ideal. Improvised power pack should have enough. Power consumption is 150. Power pools 100. Maybe I don't have enough. Do I have to make a higher power density power pack? Survey probe. No, power pool's 100 on that. Do I need a second one? Maybe? We equip that over there. Well, we equip that. That swapped it for the one that was partially powered. We'll see if that works. Not enough power. I don't know why. Well, we can keep that one in the inventory. Why? Fabricated with Freven components. Power-driven handheld exploration. Why does it say A? Oh, is that like a rotation A and D? Oh, yeah. I don't know why. Well, let's get closer to the area where we can actually scan and see if anything pops up there. We're almost there. Still saying not enough power. Don't know why. Upgraded recipe to make a better power pool thingy? I didn't. That was what I looked at. I didn't see one. I mean, the power that's listed on the power pack is 100, and the power listed on the device is 150, so that is logical, but I thought I'd check. We'll double check. Maybe I just didn't check and I need a recipe for it. Oh, that's a dispenser built. See, that's what we just made. Static compactor. See, advanced construction. Heal kit. Those are better weapons. Power pack Mark II. Iron ingots, particle capacitors. Might be. Alright, well, we've got the iron ingots. No, we have 5 iron ingots. We're going to need 3 more. And we're going to need to go back and buy some more of those same parts, the capacitor parts. I'm at the wrong thing. You're probably right that that's it. I need 3. It's the moon. All right, we will drop our bad motor scooter right there. According to the AI, higher power packs like the Power Pack Mark V offer greater capacity and durability. It just, most of the time, as you're at this lower level of stuff, it tells you exactly what and when you need to craft something. And it hasn't told me I'll need a Power Pack Mark II, so that was why I was assuming I didn't. I need 5 of them, I think. That's a quick 3,750 credits.
Still alive?
Yeah.
Not too bad. We had a bet going.
Particle capacitor. I need 5. We got 5. We got 5. Go back. So I built my home close, but not too close to the base. I don't want to seem needy, you know? Clingy. Yeah, I don't want to seem clingy. Whoops. Let's be careful that that doesn't happen to be a little not so shy Halud. Lisan al-Gaib. El-Gaib. Always put your bike away, boys and girls. Your sand bike. It's a sand trike. Really, honestly, it truly is. All right. Give me. Oh, also, while I got it, yeah, I had to make me some copper too. Power pack 2. That is a follow from HDMZ. Thank you very much, and you're going to get my spiel. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Do I have to do the sand walk not to attract them? Not really, no. But you do want to move from rock to rock. I have not yet been eaten. Did I make that? No, I didn't hit the ground. Totally got eaten once. Sorry to rub it in, Totally, if you're watching. In his case, it was particularly painful because he had not set his respawn point to the new area. So, as a word of advice to anyone who's new to the game, when you build your house or your second house, always go to the control device and make it your respawn. All right, well, we now have a tier 2. We'll drop off these bits. I'll also note it has a quick deposit. I had fuel cell and copper ingots, but because I already had a fuel cell and copper ingots, those are the only things it moves from my backpack. So it basically does intelligent stacking for you. you don't have to. So if you know you don't have anything new, if you have a whole bunch of stuff you already have in chest, you can just go chest and go F, 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 and they'll all deposit to the correct chest. Apparently that was a mod someone did for Conan Exiles, and they liked it so much, Funcom, that they made their own version of it. Which is, it's a really, really nice feature. Let's try this again. It works. And there's some of the things. It saw that we have granite and water. MMO needs vet intelligence stacking. It's so nice. It is so wondrously nice. And like I said, originally, someone did it as a mod for Conan Exiles. How close are we? Not all that close. I am looking for drum sand. That's the sound of Shai Halud. I'm not drum sand. We're not looking for drum sand. We're looking for flower sand. Maybe that's the indicator for flower sand? Maybe. Oh, that's not any drum sand over there. I have located a flower sand field. Gather flower sand. That's not good. That's Shai Halud over there. I will stop harvesting and run. You'll note the red wiggly line to the right of my buttocks. That implies that Shai Halud is in the area, and he's looking for omnoms. I feel parched. Well, conveniently, we have a little dew plants here, so that will only get you partially hydrated. If you look on the left-hand side, you can see the little blue line. It's about a third of the way up. Next to it is a longer blue line. That is the water that is currently in my still suit, and I can drink from that. That is the water that is being recycled from my breath, my urine, and my feces. Smells like freedom. Okay, not really. Collecting as much as I can. You need a total of 20. I will get additional because I will need more. That's like being an astronaut. Did you not see the movie or read the books of Dune? I can definitely recommend the movies. Okay, you saw the movies? Yeah, well that's what's happening is basically as you theoretically, you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and you have a mask over your mouth. So it recycles your breath. Plus, The urine and feces are processed in the thigh pads. I need to refine silicone blocks. That wasn't the salvager or the recycler. That is a small chemical refinery, I think. Silicone block. It's going to require water and flour sand. How many do I need? Hopefully just one. I've got more flour sand. Requires 50 water each. I'm not happy with that amount of water. Tried reading the books but gave up a third of the way through. One of the few books you've given up on. I gave up on Dune 4 or 5 times before it finally stuck. So you're not alone. I just had more stick-to-itiveness than you. I refused to let it beat me. And eventually it got its hooks in solid. I then read Messiah and Children. And then a couple of years later, I read God Emperor and was surprised at how good God Emperor was. I really liked God Emperor. Better than Messiah and Children, actually. What was I going to make? They wanted me to make the Dew Reaper. Everyone, cue your Blue Oyster Cult. I'm down to 8 intel. Stop, it hurts. Fabricated Dew Reaper. Mark II. Iron ingots and 5 more particle capacitors. Ugh. Okay, we need iron. And that's going to take more water. No, I don't need copper. I need iron. Try it again one day. You just have a bunch of others on the list. Understandable. As do most of us. We're going to need a significant amount more water. Okay, what we're going to do... We're going to put water into the cistern. All right. Our leader John is now empty. There's a little in here. We can extract that to our leader John. All right, now theoretically, theory is a marvelous thing. Where is it drawing the water from? If not from the cistern? I don't know. Where is it drawing the water from? That's a good question, Lens. Not drawing it from there. Can't be drawing it from there because it's empty. Where is it drawing it from? Storage. That's a silicone block. We got that. Nope, that won't do. Manage. Enable, disabled access level. Storage. The storage doesn't do anything. Small ore refinery. Where does it get the water from? Where do I have 17 units of water? I'm confused. Not that that's particularly news. silicone block can go there. I don't think ChatGPT got that one right. Game is drawing that water from your personal inventory, not from storage containers, base storage, or other. Maybe it's because it's a unique leader John. I can try to make a regular leader John and transfer some water into that. Water juggling. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, this is the regular leader, John. Okay, there's nothing else in there right now. How about there? Okay, we'll deposit a little. And we'll move it over to here. Why is that not working? I click on this. How about if we close it up and reopen it? How about that? Is that going to work? No, it's still extracting water from the other leader John. Well, let's try to brute force it. You like brute force? I kind of like brute force. We'll move in 1 unit from there. And then we will put this leader John, unique one, in there. And we'll see what we can do now. Okay, that worked. How weird it definitely is. But we'll see if that now gives me access to it for crafting. No, I have no water. 0 water. Insufficient resources. I'm confused. Frequently. I don't suppose putting that in there is going to matter, is it? No. General settings. It's got power. It's enabled. It just doesn't have access to water. I'm going to try a quick log out and back in. I have seen that fix weirdnesses in the past, so I'm going to give that a quick go. So bear with me. For instance, at one point in the beta, I got to my guns wouldn't shoot anymore. Which is not great. You'll probably agree that if you got 2 guys shooting at you and you pull the trigger and nothing happens with your guns, it doesn't, it's not fair. It's not equitable. So we'll just try the old IT engineer trick of turning it off and back on again. Pardon me. Drum roll, please. No, it still has no water. How can I deposit water? Circuit 1. Circuiting allows you to put chains of machines together. So you can have this one making one part and pass it off to another machine making using that part. That's what chaining is. Storage. Unsorted. 5V. What is the V? I will now register another long, loud complaint. If I mouse over something, you should fucking say what it is, okay? I don't know what the 0 of 5 is. I guess we can only have 5 things full. I guess that's the total volume that you can store here. I guess. But there's no reason that that shouldn't have a mouse over. 0. On a PC, that should be a given. Why do I not have water for iron ingots? Give me back my big leader, John. We'll deposit the pathetic little leader, John. It's not. It's extracting from the other one. Why doesn't that work? Load out backpack. Fine. The other one will go in here. I'm going to do a Google thing. Hold on. Ore needs to be processed. If you're trying to craft items, require iron ingots. Don't have enough water. Get water. I have the water. Hydration. That's not helping me. It is providing me with no assistance. There's one item and it's taking up 2 volume. But apparently it's literally just used for storage, not for anything else. But it says the water has to be in your bag, not in a liter jar. Well, I have water. You can see it on the left-hand side. I have water also in my still suit. Those are the 2 blue bars, one narrow, one thick on the left-hand side, down bottom left corner. There's the 2 vertical lines with blue. One's about a third of the way up. The other one's about 80%, the thin one. So that the thin one is the water in my still suit. The thick one is the water I'm currently carrying in my body. What does H do? Oh, that's the shield, right. Done. I can drink or drop the item. I can't move the water. And I had a few bits of water. No one says how to move it from a liter jar in your inventory. One guy mentions decanting it, but it doesn't say how. Well, I mean, I had water in the cistern. Right? There's a full liter in the cistern now. And now it's working. I had water in there before and it wasn't working. All right. Well, it has to be in the cistern. What was the flashy? Oh, there's a sandstorm outside. I had water in there. I guess it wasn't enough. Anyway. Answer solved. Sort of. Go with 20. That's half a liter of water to make 20 ingots. So that I can fabricate my Dew Reaper. Finally. I'll need 10 ingots. And 4 silicone blocks? Do I have the materials for 4 silicon blocks? Probably not. You see, and this is another thing that is where this UI is just awful. You can sort by newest, alphabetical, or tier. But it's just a long list. And as alphabetical as that block of silicon or silicon block? Don't know. It's not there. Where the hell is it? Thought it would be here. Was it not made here? Oh, it's made in the chemical thing, right? Yeah, it is. Okay. We've got enough for 4 more. And then some. Not a bunch more. All right. I'm making it work. I've got this, guys. Bear with me. I'm a little bit slow, but I get there eventually. Welcome to Lens Comedy Theater. It's short on comedy and on theater, but other than that, circuit thing is cool too. You don't have to babysit the machines. Well, it's not like to the degree of something like Factorio or Satisfactory, but then it's not trying. What the hell was I making again? Dew Reaper. We've got iron. We've got EMF generators. We've got silicon blocks. I will now reap dew. D-E-W. I just want to be clear on that. Like Mountain Dew, although in this case, Desert Dew. Now, pick it up. There you go. We've picked it up. And yet another tool filling up our inventory. Why do you do this to us? Let's see. Iron ingot. No, not there. Here, I think. Yep, silicone block there. Extra miscellaneous parts. Yep. That and that. We have another do thingy. I also was going to drop off the regular leader John after I dumped off the water. Let's move the regular leader John into storage for... move the unique one into storage for just a second. While we empty this one. Got a little bit of water. Why is it still showing a little bit of water? I guess it doesn't. Alright. Maybe I'm misreading it. Fine. It's fine. Really, it's fine. We will... The hotbar having only 8 items is annoying. If this was just a PC design, they'd have more than 8. They'd have at least 12. Can I deconstruct stuff for resources like that? Extra leader, John? Yeah. There's a salvager or a recycler that turns it back into its components. But for now, I may want that, so I'm just going to slap it in there. All right, we replace that with that. And we step outside and see if we can harvest some dew. Right, say, here. I am level 20, guys. I'm harvesting water. I harvested water. We'll let its setting regenerate. I have to make a standard sword and kill them with a standard sword. Oh, we've got more here. Harvested water, pour dew, harvest time. Harvested 40 mils of water. All right, we'll put that away for now. We're running low on the research points. Looks like a Dothraki Iraq. Wrong universe. Probably wrong universe, but we don't know for sure. We were coming here for the sword, right? Standard Kinjal, standard sword. I only have 2 blade parts, so I'm going to need more blade parts before I can make that. I wonder if I can buy blade parts over at the trading post. I intend to find out. That. Bike me. Trike me. Fine. Woo! Catching mad air, yo. As you can tell, I'm hip. I'm not of the hip generation. I'm of the gonna break a hip generation. Star Wars, Star Trek, Dune, Lord of the Rings. They could all be in the same universe, but different galaxies or solar systems. Yeah, they don't even have to be different galaxies. And somebody described this as intergalactic war, and it's not intergalactic, it's intragalactic. Tell you some people. Put it away. I believe I was looking for 4 blade parts. I suppose you have blade parts,
Still
do you?
alive. Not too bad. We had a bet going.
Uniques. Sandbike boost. Scipio's blood bag. Oh, that sounds charming. It is interstellar war or intragalactic. Within the galaxy. The buoyant reaper. Sandbike parts. The Chome office furniture set. What the hell were we looking for again? Blade parts. I don't suppose you've got blade parts, do you? Blade parts? Blade parts. Getting close to the bottom. No blade parts. All right, that means we're going to have to find them off of people we're going to have to murder. Where do we have quests? Let's pick a quest. Second trial of Akal. Join a house. Banking, Solaris, taxation. Why isn't there a search box to throw in and an arrow down the list? Because those don't work. That is not transferable to the console players. My only complaint about the game is how much it sucks that we have to put up with a console slash PC UI, which basically means a console UI that kind of works okay on the PC. Why companies won't do two UIs, I don't understand. Surveying, stealing from thieves, and monster slaying. Alright, how about payback, stealing from thieves, locate the cache of stolen goods outside Mirzabah. Let's track that one. Yeah, it just drives me crazy. Not that driving me crazy, that's not a big deal. Anyone can do that. All right, that's the place. That's where we're going next. And the only reason I know about the double sliding menus is because they have the same thing for the exact same reason in Fallout 76. First time I played Fallout 76, the UI was so intractable, I quit. I tried it a second time, and I had helpful people on stream walking me through getting it to work, and me just going, oh, I get it, and it makes sense if you're holding a controller. I happen to have one of those, still unused. If you're holding a controller, right? You've got your two pads, either here or here, and therefore having two scrolling bars at the top of your menus is much easier to work with, right? Just, oh, okay, right, left on the top one. Okay, there we go. That's what we want. But on a keyboard and mouse system, it's terrible. It's unworkably bad. And yet, that's what we have. Same as in Fallout 76. This has been my TED Talk. And I'll, for at least the 8th time today, and there'll be more coming because that's my way. My house is that direction. The thing I want to go to is in that direction. Let me take some water from my still suit. I can taste my deodorant. Congratulations, I've received 100 messages today with Restream. They designed it for the most restrictive input, which is controller, and then just adapt it for PC. And that's what bugs me, is that both sides determine or should get an appropriate UI. For instance, if you make a PC game and you port it to the console, because we've seen this with MMOs, they go through a lot to get it to work with controller. Star Trek Online did it. Guild Wars 2 has been doing it, although I'm not sure how official that is. Like they say in the ISS, today's coffee is tomorrow's coffee. Very, ew. But in this case, yeah. You know, so if they bring out a PC game for the console, they redesign it to work with the console tools, which is a controller. They don't do the same thing if the game is just coming out for both. They'll make the console UI, and then they'll hand wave some crap to make it work on the PC in a completely unacceptable fashion. And what the funny thing about it is there is a mobile PC game. So it's both a PC game and a mobile game. Torchlight Infinite. I want to make sure I'm not driving over one of the drum stand areas. which has got the PC client of that mobile game is better than the console client on PCs for most of them. Oh. That must be Zatara again, shooting down spaceships. Imperial Penal Transport Proteus. That's P-E-N-A-L. Penal. Just want to be clear on that.
You might have seen my little pyrotechnics display.
It is Zatara again.
But whether you
Zatara.
did or not, the long and short of it is that I must go. And quickly. The Sardaukar have my scent, and the Emperor's hounds are not known for their mercy. I do not know when we will meet again.
Yes, it was an abrupt cutscene. That's a handsome-looking character, though, don't you agree?
Continue to follow your path. Let the desert teach you as you walk in the footsteps of the Fremen. Find allies. It is hard to survive without friends. And remember, Arrakis will sharpen you, off-worlder. Make sure you become the right kind of blade.
Let's see. We're not going to need the Dew Reaper right now, but the binoculars might be good. Manually swapping stuff like this is awful. And yet, here we are. I don't see anybody, but that sure as hell doesn't mean there's nobody there. This is a player house. They built something a little bit more flashy than me. Okay, a lot more flashy. I'm going to drink most of the water in my still suit. And I'm going to swap into armor. I've discovered East View. So called because you can look to the east. It's the best I got. Somebody's throwing grenades. That's not sporting at all. Ow.
Eyes on target.
God. Okay. I have chosen poorly. I do not have the goodies for dealing with that much firepower. And I'd like to get out of the sun. Dude with minigun is no freaking joke. Shield up. Where's that gunfire coming from? I'm still in the sun. God damn it! Give me your blood. Ah, ah, ah. They keep throwing shit. That's just not kosher. It's uncivil, unfriendly, and unnecessary. They are quite aggressive. For NPCs, you know? Gun parts, good. Right there. More gun parts. Pardon me, let me suck your blood. Okay, technically not sucking. True. I need to get out of the sun here for a bit, as it's baking my melon, man. My leader, John. Let me take a nice drink from my leader, John. I feel refreshed. I'm waiting for my temperature to decrease. I was about to say taking the high ground was the right move, but then you got sprayed and looked like it was something from above. It was behind and above, yeah. Any goodies over here? That's just gonna, I think, give me like metal parts or something that I have plenty of. Scrap metal, probably. Salvaged metal, yeah. Get me back out of the sun here. That had heal kit Mark IIs. Okay, I'll take those. Got 3 blade parts? 3 blade parts, yes. Intel, good. That's used for learning skills, recipes, both. Not sure. Shielded. Sun tolerance has to be something you can improve because that would get annoying. Higher tiers of armor will give you some of that. The slow knife. hate it because you can get pinned in like I just did, which is not good. Is he going to follow? I think he is. I think he's coming. They're dead. Where's the other one? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I knew he was coming. I knew you were coming. Missed me. The slow knife penetrates the shield. I have the blade parts I needed. That's what I came over here for primarily. Let me turn off my shield. Yeah. I don't think I've got enough space for all of their blood. All of that. There's 3 dead bodies I don't get to suck. The knife fighting is definitely more interesting now that we have shields. Realistically, what you want to do is you want to parry. So you want to time the parry. And when you do, it kind of stuns them. And then you can do a heavy attack, which is slow, because the shield stops fast attacks like it stopped bullets, but slow attacks penetrate. More or less. Well, we came here for those. That was the thing we were looking for most. Plus, we killed some bad guys. We got some more iron. We have any dew? Oh, we've got some power cells. Always stop for power cells, at least right now. Now, there's also a weapon called a disruptor, which disrupts shields. And so one of the standard ways of dealing with shielded mobs is to hit them with the disruptor for a couple seconds until the shields drop. Swap to a regular gun. And then air them out, shall we say? I am low on liquid. Low on water. Back to the leader, John. And I'm going to swap back into my still suit. All the way back to there. And head back to my home. It also might have been heat. Woohoo! Need to make gear swapping from combat to survival. I'm not sure how prevalent that's going to be throughout the whole game. My assumption is later on there are a lot of different types of armor and stuff that, you know, are armored still suits, shall we say. Yeah, something like loadouts, though, certainly for right now, would be better. And I don't know, maybe it's not even necessary for some players, but it certainly feels like it's necessary for me. Your mileage may vary. It slices, it dices, creates julienne fries and ornamental garnishes. How much would you pay now? But wait, there's more. Get your motor running. Get out on the highway. It's alright, I can't help it. Whether it's Dune Awakening or Once Human, I'm riding a speeder or motorbike or anything of the like, it's just the song that goes through my head. I have no control over it. I have no control over my head. My house is over there. We'll drop, we got some dew. You see, having to manually swap this stuff is kind of a pain in the ass. I didn't get any water? Oh, I guess there's an icon, I guess, that has to be visible for you to be able to get the water from it by using the dew scythe. Okay. Now I know. There's an icon with the scythe icon. Woo! Woo! Catching air, big air. Dune becomes Mad Max for a bit when you're driving. A little bit. Honey, I'm home. Let's do a barrel roll. That's a neat trick. Sand gets everywhere. I hate it. Granite, which is what I've made my house out of. You don't want to take it for granted. Sorry. Did we have any more iron nodes over here? I think so. Yeah, iron node. There we go. I like the immersion you get, that you have to sort of analyze and then use the cutter ray to pick up your stuff, but it is also an extremely effective anti-botting measure, which I think is really smart. More iron. You can't really bot a graphically driven "Are you a robot?" test. Or Hayden Christensen, he had to deliver George Lucas's goofy dialogue. Yeah, that's the difference between a good actor, which he actually is, as he has demonstrated since, and a great actor like Ewan McGregor. Because Ewan McGregor made that terrible dialogue work. Whereas, you know, for all her awards and everything, Natalie Portman couldn't do it, and Hayden Christensen couldn't. Harvested 10 mils of water. $10 not very much, gotta say. First thing we need to do, we need to get purifying. Six liters of blood. Storage is full. Really? I don't think I wanted that to be the case. All right, we'll move the ingots out then. Fine. There we go. No. Ingots can go here. No. All right. Welcome to Ingotville. Population, yeah. All right, we've got armor plating. That goes there. Gun parts and blade parts and a heal kit Mark II. I'll keep the heal kit Mark II. We'll be needing those. Melange spiced food. don't think the ingots is the right place for it. That's kind of extra stuff. That's the blades and gun parts. Sure. Oh, yeah. Food can go in there. All right, we need to research the standard sword, which is that. Back up to 18 intel. And fab a standard sword. I can make this one! Yay! Alec Guinness is the same way, yeah. He was capable of delivering not great dialogue. Although the dialogue in the first Star Wars, which is just Star Wars, not A New Hope, didn't feel as clumsy as the second trilogy. A lot of the stuff he wrote in the second trilogy, he really needed an editor. Kill enemies with a standard sword. All right, well, we are going to equip the standard sword. Let's say it does 9.9 with an attack speed of 105. My Caliph's Drinker does more damage and attacks a lot faster, but I need this, evidently. Can penetrate shields. A great house item. All right, well, it's equipped. Are you happy now? Copper ore and granite. Did we make enough space for those? Storage is full again. Really? Well, we can take out the fuel cells. And put those into the generator. It's full too. Okay. Miscellaneous goes in there. Let's see what other quests we got. All right, weapons of war. I'm going to have to kill some swords. It would be nice. Okay, so we can... Oh, a GRDA 44. That's the disruptor, which I mentioned, which is used to break down shields. Oh, and we have to make the heavy Kirab armor. I was more interested in making the scout armor, but during the gap, survey the eastern Vermilius Gap. Let's go ahead and track that and do a little driving around on our bad motor scooter. That one, we can remove that. That is the hostile takeover. That's Imperial Testing Station. That'll have a bunch of stuff in it. Clear out the first observation point. Travel to the Hand of Kadir. Oh, where is the... We want to remove that. I don't know how we remove it. Does that work? No. That just moves it. I don't want it. I don't want it anywhere. I want it removed. Remove. Is it the third button? No. Oh, hold. Okay, there we go. All right, so. What was the one we just put up? Touring the Gap. You want to track that. Survey the eastern Vermilius Gap and travel to the testing station. All right, so the testing station is there. A lovely night. I'm sure that there are no worms about and no Sardaukar about. Why would they be interested And what could they possibly find around here? Can I get that copper? Yes. Exploding! It's exploding copper, everyone. Let us bike up. And I'm off. Rather badly off, most would say. We can head... Is that a storm coming in? No. We can head due east. For quite some ways. As there were no danger zones in the sand directly east that were within range. See where we are. Yep, we're still a little bit north of that. Keep us clear. We are showing a slight bit of worm sign. So we're going to cozy up to this big rock, which I think I'm going to call Big Rock. As a Sardaukar ship. I've got I've got a lot of worm sign. Whoa! Oh, no, no. I think he's right behind me. And I don't want to look. Get me to the rock. And I'll be saved. Wasn't close at all. I was never worried. You know, except for the fact that a great big goddamn worm wanted to eat my face, neck, and all parts south. Where are we? We're close enough. I'm going to go ahead and hide the bike. Any of this scannable? Doesn't look like it. Looks like ruins. I ought to be able to get something out of it, but evidently not. I got more iron here. Where is he? We haven't used this. Let's use it. Boop. My first use of that. That's the Sardaukar ship. They will drop a large area shield down. I'm not sure what happens after that. They send down some troopers. I think you've got to fight them. When you see the rooms, you can't help but think of Kevin Bacon in Tremors. Tremors is a very common reference in this game, which is not surprising. Well, there's the testing station. That's the vehicle respawn. Wait, what? I put it away, didn't I?
Identify you.
Don't wanna. He's gonna start shooting at me. I'm running, dude. Come on, man. Don't be that way. Any falling damage? I have a suspensor belt. So I get past a certain amount of speed as I'm falling, and it slows me. Back into the armor, I think. Shield up. I've discovered way out east. That's kind of headed right this way. I am not comfortable with that. Oh, good. Now it's headed this way. Now it's headed that way. Oh, this is not good. I'm not happy about this at all. Oh, I did take damage. I did not activate it manually. I didn't think I had to, but I did. Feel parched, yeah. I will manually hydrate. And... oh, crap. Don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Reveal yourself.
He's too good. I am definitely running away, most aggressively. Can you aggressively run away? If a person can aggressively run away, that's what I'm... He's still scanning for me, I think. I did want to grab these because I'm going to need to make more bandages. Let's turn off the shield, believe it or not, because if you get out into the open sand with the shield, it drives the worms crazy. How about we just head back? If we double back, yeah, we're smarter than them. Where are we? Oh, they're done. The sun is rising. That's too bad, man. I was going to take on that ship single-handedly. I was going to kick its ass. But they had to run away. I understand. They were frightened. What? No? Make a couple more of those. Look for some more plants. Gather more dew. Oh my god, he's still after me. Oh, multiples, not good. I'm dead, I think. They're still after me, you shits. I am not amused. I'm fine. I was never worried, you know, except for the time where they were eviscerating me, putting holes in my body. This is my favorite body. And they're just shooting me in it. That where we were going before? I would like some... might I be able to get some dew? Because I'm really low on water. And the sun is beating down. This is not a good combo. I've gotten myself into a kind of a bad place. Do I have any water left in the leader, John? I do have some. How about in the still suit? Yeah, I do have some in there. All right. Okay, my water's not bad anymore. I am, however, quite low on Healy packs. And that's probably hostile. That is the place I was looking at and I assumed was hostile, but I don't know that it's hostile. I don't see anybody. This is enter Imperial Testing Station number 10. Even though I haven't really entered it yet. Let's get out of the sun for a moment.
Someone's here. Everybody. Fire in the hole.
Sun is beating down on me again. I gotta get out of the sun for a little bit. Then I'll drain their blood. Got everything out of that. There's the other one. Is there one over here too? Did they vanish on me? Maybe. You take their blood and you put it through the blood purifier to give you water. I've got a bad feeling about this one. He's got shield. I think that is both of my blood sacks filled. No, just the first one is. Just really like the animations. They kind of hesitate to sell the idea of the slow blade. Yeah. Well, it's going down again. Got any goodies up here? I could use some more goodies. Especially heal kits. Is that another? No, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, it is. 2 of them. I am critically injured again. Seems to be a lot of that going around lately. Have you noticed? I'm gonna have to turn around, I think. Did we get both of them? I think so. I just don't have enough healing kits, med kits. Yeah, that's 2 full blood packs. I don't have the med kits. I have 2 med kits left and like 1 or 2 scrounged Mark II med kits. It's just not enough. So I'm going to have to pull out and go back and return fully equipped. Lesson learned. It'll promptly be forgotten, but the lesson is learned. Back home is there. Am I driving making you carsick? Oh, I'm sorry. Did a barrel roll. It's a great trick. And evidently, you do not suffer from heat exposure while you're driving like a madman. I'm going to head over to that rock as an intermediate rock. Always travel to the closest rock that's in the general direction. You play on PS5 is crossplay, so you can visit the house. I do not know if they've announced what their intention is for that. I know they've said that it is coming to console. What I don't know about the implementation. It has a strange server architecture where, due to the nature of the deep desert, basically, I'm on a server, and each server has, I don't know, like a dozen sietches. You might think of them as sub-servers. Oh, crap. That's got to be a storm. You might think of them as...
Sector weather alert. A large sandstorm is approaching.
How much time? Hope I can get home. And each siege sub-server is basically what you're seeing here. It's all instanced, so they're all identical to this one, more or less, right? Except for the player housing and everything. Oh, well, it's here. Crap. Get off. Heal. critically injured. Yes, I know. And my bike is going to get destroyed. Fuck. That's all of my med kits except for the tier 2 one. I'm going to use it. And equip that. And hopefully I can save my bike from being completely destroyed. The storm's over. So we got just sort of the edge of it. Okay, we need to extract the water to my leader John and deposit blood. Oh, that was entertaining. I will drink some from my water cistern. There isn't anything else in there. Okay. Well, water management is going to be pain. Am I still in the armor? I don't know. Let's get some good old-fashioned dew. For some reason, when you get the dew water, you cough. It's perfectly safe. Okay, let's see. No, I'm not in a still suit. No, I am. All right, that's full. What's in this one? No matching items. Blade and gun parts. All right, that one's got the ore bits, and this one has got the. No. Where did we start putting the second batches of stuff? Not there, not there. That's just the ingots. Okay, time to build another one. And copper and iron go in there. We need that. The rest of these are all in place where I want them. I need to find a bunch more fiber. I need to make a bunch more. Wait, heal kit. Heal kit 2. What is required for a heal kit 2? That's a good question, Lens. Thank you. The heal kit 2. I consider a combat thing? Yes, it is. That's the heal kit 2. It requires plant fiber. Apparently I have lots of. Then I should just be able to make a whole boatload of them here. But I can't. It thinks I have plant fiber. Do I have plant fiber in here? That's the new one. I have plenty of plant fiber in here. Why is it not allowing me to? I guess you can't do a bee make unless it's in your inventory. Heal kits. Oh, I don't know. Max is 70. Probably don't need that. 50. Sold. All right, we got copper ore, granite stone, and iron ore. Iron ore what? We have 18 intel for research. Kirab still suit. That is going to require a lot more iron ingots than I've got. Now, iron ingots require water. I'm going to need to get a lot more water. I know eventually you can get a wind trap for the house. I'm not sure where that shows up, though. Cut array, repair station, chest, static compactor. Staking unit, pentashield, weapons fabricator, garment fab, survival fab, vehicles fab, cut array Mark III, power pack Mark III, wind turbine. That's power. Aluminum products, medium ore, storage container, cut array, power pack. Cut array, power pack, spice refinery, wind turbine. I don't think I've even had looked at these previously. No, it doesn't look like there's a wind trap there. Still tent. Fremen equipment places down to make a temporary Fremen shelter from the heat of the day and mild sandstorms. When entered, drink from the tent to regain lost moisture that has been retained. Thumper. No, not the skunk. Sorry, the rabbit. The skunk was flour, I think. Planer suspensor belt. Melange spiced coffee. Iodine pill. Wine. Melange spiced liquor. Spice beer is a thing. Pardon the yawn. Oh my god. Being an old fart. I mean, it's better than being dead. I want to get that out of the way. But man, sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Fremen death. Oh, there's a wind trap. Buildable. Steel, silicone, calibrated servox. Collects water from the environment over time. Reroutable between base production and storage structures. Requires a filter placed close to a subfief console with the construction tool. Once there's a thumper, you can ride a worm. I don't think so. Not in this game. Not yet, anyway. Maybe when the Fremen are added, they'll make allowances for it, but I wouldn't even count on that. Native still suit. Now we're talking. Decaliter John. Industrial dew sieve. Large wind trap. Contains a lot of water over time. And that one's routable too, so you can route the wind trap into either a cistern or maybe even the manufacturing stuff. Death still, extracting water from a corpse. Mercenary still suit. Choam still suit. Massive blood sack. I got a massive blood sack. Never mind. I didn't say anything. Choam heavy armor. Choam scout armor. Heal kit Mark 6. Rad suit. A Regis Dirk. Regis Disruptor. Drill shot. Scatter guns. Pardon the yawn. I saw during, I can't remember if it was the beta or another play session, somebody using a scatter gun, a shotgun, to great effect. Spit dart. Those are the high-endian stuff we're looking at now. Well, there's the stuff for things like ornithopters. That's for the carrier ornithopter. The carrier ornithopter can pick up other things like regular ornithopters or spice harvesters and the like. And these, pardon me again, god damn it, are the uniques. And so far I've got uniques for the Special Leader John, the Emperor's Wings Dispenser Belt, the Special Sandbike Engine, which evidently goes a little faster. Calaf's Drinker, which does more damage than the sword that I'm now using, but I need 15 kills with the sword. And these go all the way out to lots and lots of unknown items. Swords, knives, clothing. So those are the uniques. Skills so far, I have a couple in the planetologist tree. Cutter ray mining and dew gathering. And then my primary is the Mentat. And so far I have pistol damage. I should take the rifle damage. Oh, it's one skill point? Sure. I just increased my rifle damage by 5%. Yay! Marksman. That's a technique. Additional headshot damage, but less body shot damage. I'm not comfortable with my shooting acumen right now. I need to start dropping my shield wall while I'm in combat. That might be an idea. Eventually, you run into trainers. I've already run into the Trooper Trainer, so that's where I got the Sugarwire Claw. And Battle Harden reduces the speed on ability cooldowns. So that's a good one. But you'll also get Bene Gesserit training and Swordmaster training eventually will open up. So you'll have access to all of the skill trees. 4 basic skill trees and then the planetologist. Pardon the yawn again. For those of you not paying attention, that was mechanic, vehicle mining, fuel efficient pilot, sand crawler yield. Up at the top, spice surveyor. Those are going to be used in the deep desert. The blood purifier is purifying away. I think I'm going to call it here for the evening, guys. I may create a second character on another server where I've got some other friends playing. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out. As always, I am very, very appreciative. I should be back tomorrow, maybe for an early session, but definitely for my regular time of 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, morning in Asia, Australia, and New Zealand. As always, I will pre-announce in the Discord. I'm enjoying it. Game is solid. At least I think so. Your mileage may vary. Back tomorrow. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your Thursday evening or possibly Friday morning. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.